Yeah. Fired up. This one's for the drivers. Out in the shop, late night lights, grease on our hands, chasing lap times. Every turn, every line we find, trying to build that edge you feel when you drive. From the blacktop tracks to the dirt out back, we've been putting in work, yeah, we live like that. Not just fast for a lap, we make it last, so when it counts, you're gone on the gas. We don't guess, we know what it takes. Every set of build from the ground we break. If you want that feel when the car locks in, you're in the right place. Let's go in. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, we're the reason you're leading Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1, take it straight to the front. League nights, open runs, we're the ones you want. Dialed in speed, yeah, we don't miss shots. If you want to win races, Tier 1 setup shop. Got weekly sets ready to roll. Quality trim sharp, race pace control. Builders in the lab, yeah, they stay on it. Every tweak, every change, we gain on it. Need a custom fit, yeah, we do that too. Built to match your style, what you like to do. And it ain't just speed, it's a team right here. We ride together every lap, every gear. Yeah, we test, we tone, we put in the miles. Turn bad weeks into victory smiles. From rookies to pros, we're all about growth. Now fire that motor, let's get to the front. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, we're the reason you're leading Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1, yeah, you know the name. When the pressure's on, we bring the game. From the shop to the track, yeah, we don't stop. If you wanna win races, Tier 1 setup shop. Tier 1. Till we build, till we build, till we build, Tier 1 setup shop.
Looking to take your racing to the next level? You need speed and you need style. At Tier 1 Setup Shop, we'll help you hit the track with total confidence. We provide race-winning setups for all three eNASCAR series, Cup, Xfinity, and trucks, plus a huge variety of asphalt oval cars. We've also brought that performance to the dirt. Winged and non-winged sprint cars, micro sprints, dirt midgets, all built by racers who know how to win. And now, get the perfect look. We offer professional wraps and graphics with Tier 1 wraps. Multiple feature artists make it easy to find a design to fit your exact needs and budget. Get what you need when you need it with individual setup purchases, or get full weekly access with a Tier 1 subscription. Tier 1 Setup Shop. You're more than a customer, you're part of the team.
This isn't just another sim race. This isn't just another online league. And this isn't just another trophy on a shelf. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Drivers choose the charity. Talent chooses the winner. The culture is strong, but the competition is stronger. Most events focus on just one cause, not here. Each driver selects a charity to race for, leaving dozens of causes in contention as drivers fight for a place in the top 5.
Think you've got what it takes to join the Charity Cup Series? Find a cause you believe in and buckle up. This is more than your everyday sim racing experience. This is the Charity Cup Series.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Tier 1 Studios. My name is Pat Wilkinson. Up in the booth, Joining me tonight are the voices inside my head alongside my good friends, myself and I, as we rejoin the Wild West Racing League here at Bristol Motor Speedway, the Coliseum, out here tonight in the Gen 4 Cup Series. The Wild West Racing League. Wild West Racing League brought to you in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stand for Wit Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran-owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players in different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. This broadcast is also brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube. Links to both the Wild West Racing League and Tier 1 Setup Shops on Discord are down in the description down below if you ever want to come on out and join us. Once again, we are at the Coliseum out here tonight. 68 of Michael Loveless joining up. Ty Sykes also just into the session now. Mike Presley also in the session. Small little field out here tonight. About 8 cars ready to go racing out here tonight at the Coliseum. 728 of Ace Campbell showing up in just about every series we've had so far out here tonight with the Wild West Racing League, and yet another Campbell's Classic Chicken Soup Chevrolet 728 machine. Michael Loveless with the fastest time so far, 14.956 to beat out here tonight. Dakota Henderson tying him. Jacob Shoppett 14.967. Mike Presley 15.022. Brayton Coleman with a 15.168. Ace Campbell with a 447, excuse me. Brady Karowski with a 15.826. Ty Sykes yet to set a time out here tonight in the number 1. Jump on over to Mike Presley, excuse me. Take a quick look at Blimp Cam around the racetrack. Onto the backstretch we go, down into turns 3 and 4. Mike Presley will jump onto the front bumper. Two minutes 15 left to go in practice. Again, Michael Loveless still the fastest time so far. Dakota Henderson, Jacob Shoffett, Mike Presley in the 0, Ty Sykes up to 5th. Brayton Coleman, Ace Campbell, Brady Karowski down in 8th now. 15.826 for Brady Karowski in the number 77. Minute to go. Ty Sykes will jump on over to in the number 1, Snap-on Chevrolet, all Chevy field out here tonight with the Gen 4 Cup Series. 1 minute to go. Ty Sykes looking to improve his time out here tonight at the Coliseum. Sykes through turns 1 and 2 again onto the backstretch. A lot of speed through the midline of 1 and 2 out here tonight. A lot of marbles on the high side we've been seeing. Coming back around through turns 3 and 4. Ty Sykes still holding 5th, but holding a much faster time, 15.049. Not too far behind Michael Lovelace out here tonight, and Dakota Henderson tied for 1st in practice as we head over into qualifying out here tonight. Lovelace, Henderson, Shoffett, Presley, Sykes, Coleman, Campbell, and Kurowski. Rounding out your 8-car field here at Bristol Motor Speedway, the last great Coliseum, as the light continues to fade out here tonight. Oh yeah, twilight at Bristol. Let's see who's first on to the racetrack out here tonight. Mike Presley, Ace Campbell. Let's see if we can get somebody else we haven't rode on board with. Jacob Shoffett onto the racetrack now. Down at the bottom of turns 1 and 2, we'll actually go straight into gyrocam, give you all a sense of the speed and the angle of these turns here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Look how steep these corners are. The camera is left completely flat off of turn 4. Huge drift up to 9,700 RPM. Jacob Shoffett spins it around. Cracking the rear bumper off the turn 1 wall. Will reset and have to use his first outlap as a throwaway lap as we jump over to Dakota Henderson now. Down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4, Ace Campbell, 15.746 to beat, or 796, 15.796 to beat. Dakota Henderson back on around with a 15.320. These cars very rear end loose. You can drive them in, but the question is, can you hold it with how much these cars are sliding? Henderson back around in the 5. Holds a 15.320 out here tonight. Ty Sykes up to second with a 15.679. Jacob Shoffett with the new fastest lap. 15.275 at the moment. Brighton Coleman, the next car out on the racetrack. Back around through turns 3 and 4. Past the start-finish line, Brighton Coleman. Good enough for 4th at the moment. 15.605. Ace Campbell saying reloading. Reloading circles out here tonight. Not sure what that means, Ace. Is there a stream problem? Everything looks good on my end. Strim health. Strim is healthy. Michael Lovelace onto the racetrack now. Down the backstretch trying to warm up his number 68 out here tonight. Back around through turns 3 and 4. Across the start-finish line. Good enough for 6th at the moment. Back off of turn 2. Through turns 3 and 4 we go. Past the start-finish line we go again. Michael Lovelace up to pole with a 15.085. What a run from Michael Lovelace. Waiting on Mike Presley and Brady Kurowski to set a time out here tonight. There we go. As I remember to fast forward my own qualifying run, as I am not racing. Believe me, despite the small field, I know where my talents are, and Bristol Coliseum is not one of them. Lovelace down to pit road. Still waiting on Mike Presley and Brady Kurowski to qualify out here tonight. 0 and the 77. Do not believe they are going to attempt to qualify out here tonight. Bit of an interesting play, in my opinion. Waiting on qualifying to come to a close. There it goes. We are ready to get racing out here tonight at the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. 120 laps under the lights here at the Coliseum. Michael Loveless, Jacob Shoffett, excuse me. Dakota Henderson, Ty Sykes, Brighton Coleman, Ace Campbell, Mike Presley, Brady Karowski, and obviously me, not in the actual race itself. Waiting on Michael Loveless to join, so we can get underway for this 120-lap race under the lights here at the Coliseum. We are ready to go racing out here tonight. The pace car begins to get ready to pull on off and ready to race. Michael Loveless rolling off of the start-finish line first. Fiva Henderson antsy to get going out here tonight. 00 of Jacob Shoffett, first in line on the outside in the Puffy's Swag Shop 00. One of Ty Sykes on the outside in second place on that row. Ace Campbell, third in line on the high side. 4 of Brighton Coleman down in fifth alongside him on the inside. Mike Presley and Brady Karowski in the 0 and the 77. 0 of WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast and the 77 Sirogis Chevrolet Monte Carlo out here tonight. Everybody, once again, in a Chevrolet Monte Carlo. Down the backstretch we roll out here tonight. Pace cars, lights are off, ready to go racing. This time by here at the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway, here with the Wild West Racing League. Brought to you in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stand for Wit Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players and different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE. Rolling back around through turns 3 and 4. Pace car diving down pit road. Rolling up into the restart zone we go here at the last great Coliseum. We are racing 00 with a monstrous launch as we get underway. 00 of Jacob Shoffett may need to be looked into. That could have been a jump start. Have to take another look at it post-race. 00 of Jacob Shoffett up to an early lead off of turn 4. 68 bouncing off the outside wall. Into turns 1 and 2 we go. Whoa! 00 sliding out and into the wall off of turn 2. Managed to save it, but some pretty big damage on the right side of that race car. Michael Loveless reclaiming the lead. Lap 3 of 120. Fiva Henderson starting to reel him in on the bottom. Fiva Henderson sliding all the way up into the wall off of turn 2. Big hit for the 5. Ty Sykes up to second now. Caution is out. Ace Campbell around. Ace Campbell off of turn 4. Past the start-finish line into turn 1. Overdrove it in there and just lost it. Not the way he wanted to go out here tonight. No damage, thankfully. Should be able to get right back into it. 3 laps into this race. First caution of the night here at the last great Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. This broadcast is also brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube. Michael Loveless, Ty Sykes, Brighton Coleman, and Ace Campbell staying out. Dakota Henderson, Jacob Shoffett, Mike Presley, and Brady Karowski all down pit road to repair their damage out here tonight. I am so happy dirt rules do not apply to this league, otherwise we would be here all night. For those who don't know, dirt rules include caution laps don't count. And I can safely tell you, when you're running C and B class dirt oval stuff, when half the field can't drive because, you know, you're in a low I rating session, having people who know how to not bring out cautions and make a 35 lap dirt race into a 2-hour event. Pace car's lights are off, getting ready to go green flag once again, I hear tonight, for the second time here at the Coliseum. Let's hope this is not a sign of how tonight's racing is going to go full time. 68 of Lovelace, 1 of Ty Sykes, 4 of Coleman, 728 of Ace Campbell, 0 of Mike Presley, 5 of Henderson, 77 of Brady Karowski, and the 00 of Jacob Shoffett. Out here tonight, ready to go green flag once again. Under the lights here at the last great Coliseum, pace car getting ready to dive down pit road for the second time tonight. Pace car down pit road now, rolling up into the restart zone we go. Green flag is out. We are racing once again here at Bristol. 0 with a good launch, gets right into the back bumper of the 4. Get racing once again. Everyone a little bit more timid on the throttle this time around. Back through turns 1 and 2, almost 3 wide for a second there with Ace Campbell, Dakota Henderson, and Mike Presley. Ace Campbell on the midline through turns 3 and 4, making it work. Whoa! 4 sideways directly across his nose. Managed to save it, and he chops this 00. No contact, but definitely ran straight across the 00 of Jacob Shoffett. Got to be a little bit more careful out there tonight here at the Coliseum. 0 and the 5 tangling together. 5 gets sent into the wall by the 0. Not sure if that was intentional. Whoa! 5 down and doors the 728. Everybody's out for blood out here tonight. Michael Lovelace leading the way by almost half a second over Ty Sykes in second. Mike Presley down in third, 2.5 seconds, 1 3/4 of a second behind the leader. Excuse me. Ace Campbell 2.6 down behind the leader now. 00 of Jacob Shoffett. Passing Henderson as Henderson slams into the wall again. 3 seconds and falling behind the leader. Henderson down to 3.5 behind. Wright and Coleman 4 seconds back, and Brady Karowski 5.1 behind and falling 5 1/4, 5 1/3, 5.5. Back around through turns 3 and 4. He's doing it smart, in my opinion. Sure, he's currently last car on the racetrack, but that is most likely actually the place you want to be the most. Stay out of the way, keep your car clean, run it as best as you can, conserve your tires and your fuel for as long as possible. This is going to be a true test of might out here tonight. Sometimes strategy will come into play. We can keep it green flag for the majority of this race as the 68 bounces off the wall. Over to bumper cam for just a moment. Off of turns 2 we go now, and down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4. These beautiful giant bank turns out here at the Coliseum. Sliding back across the start-finish line, a little bit sideways. 16 of 120 completed this time by. Down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4 we go. 68 and the 1 still running pretty close together. Mike Presley down in third. The 00 behind him. 728 starting to fall back. Presley 3 seconds behind. Jacob Shoffett 3.5 behind. Ace Campbell 5 seconds behind the leader. Brighton Coleman 7.1. Dakota Henderson 8. And Brady Karowski 9 seconds behind the leader out here tonight. Everybody doing the best they can to run the hell out of these Gen 4 Monte Carlos. Michael Lovelace back around through the front stretch into turns 3 and 4. Still gaining on Karowski. Almost putting Karowski 10 seconds down. now in 8th place. Back around through turns 3 and 4. 68 completely sideways. Managed to keep it straight. 68 of Michael Loveless driving the bolts off of that thing. Not sure if that's the way he's going to want to go, though, out here tonight at the Coliseum. This place does tend to shred tires. And with how hard and how fast he's running, I'm not sure this is the best option for him currently. We charge back down the backstretch into turns 3 and 4 we go. Once again out here tonight. Through the restart zone and across the start-finish line. Let's go on down to Brighton Coleman in the number 4. 7:28 behind him. Brighton Coleman. Full second up on Ace Campbell. Back around through turns 1 and 2. Onto the backstretch we go as we have a little bit of blimp cam action. Into 3 and 4 we go now. Everybody trying to just keep their cars together. Brady Karowski 12 and a half behind leader. Dakota Henderson 12 and a quarter behind. Ace Campbell 9.6. Brighton Coleman 7.7. Mike Presley 5.5. Jacob Schaff at 5.5. Ty Sykes 1 and a quarter. 24 of 120 completed this time by just over. I actually don't know what that number would, what the percentage of that would be. I sucked at math, don't worry. Continuing on, everybody doing their best to not make this a caution fest out here tonight. We jump on down to Dakota Henderson in the number 5, 68 and the 1, both screaming on by out here tonight at the Coliseum. Not the start Henderson wanted, as both first and second place cars go straight on by him. Continue on, putting him a lap down. Also Brady Karowski a lap down now. 5 of Henderson with some more big damage on the front right and rear right of that race car out here tonight at the Coliseum. Henderson currently down in 7th, Brady Karowski behind him. 00 of Jacob Schaffet trying to put him a lap down as well. Ace Campbell a lap down now. 00 of Schaffet on the outside off of turn 2 trying to run him down. Gets on by. 5 of Henderson leaving the space trying to let the 00 on by. Past the start finish line we go. 68 of Michael Loveless already another half lap up on the field. Once again, 68 of Loveless running away with this race. Ty Sykes running a little bit more conservatively, 33 of 120. Continuing on out here tonight at the Coliseum. Going to go over to Ace Campbell in the 728. Campbell's classic chicken soup Chevrolet. Again, folks, for all of you playing at home, yes, that is another paint job I made for him. I don't mind. People are nice to me, and they ask me for a paint job that's probably not going to be the best looking thing anyway. I'll make you a paint job. Brighton Coleman looking to put the 728 a lap down now, as he breezes on by Mike Presley, the next car to try and do it. Stuck behind the 5 of Henderson. 77 of Karowski behind, watching on. 0 kind of guiding the 5 around the racetrack. Slides up the inside. Beautiful pass, except for that tag on the wall. Whoa! Contact. They're both into each other. 0's around. Caution is out. Take another look at what happened here. I want to see what kind of happened. So the 5 gets up into the wall off of turn 2, or off of turn 4, excuse me. 5 of Henderson kind of drives him in there. Not sure if he overdrove himself into that. Overcorrected, trying to get it back onto the bank so he didn't spin out on the apron. Clobbers the zero, sending the zero of Mike Presley around right up into the wall, off of turn 1, just at the entry of turn 2. Very unfortunate placement for the zero of Mike Presley to be, as the second caution of the night comes out here tonight. Brighton Coleman staying out. Mike Presley staying out. Michael Loveless, Jacob Shoffett, Ty Sykes, and Ace Campbell all down pit road this time. Let's see if we can get Dakota Henderson in here. Dakota Henderson, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. You got me?
Yes, sir.
Dakota, bit of an interesting situation there. Want to talk us through it?
Yeah, I feel like I was he took my door handles off earlier in the race and walled me, so with no apology. So I just kind of raced him about the way he raced me, I felt like.
Well,
So,
not always the most smiled upon thing. Little bit of retaliation wrecking, but I understand the frustration. It definitely is Bristol. Well, let's hope you can at least get that thing repaired enough so it's drivable for the remainder of the night here at the Coliseum. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
oh, that's it.
All right. Well, best of luck to you out there, my friend. Five of Dakota Henderson. A little bit of excessive love tap on the zero of Mike Presley. 728 of Ace Campbell, still stuck a lap down, trying to get out of the way. Michael Loveless on the point, 00 of Jacob Shoffett, 77 of Karowski in 5th. Ty Sykes in the 1 in 4th, not sure. Oh, Sykes may have been down pit road. And has an EOL for the position. Back around through turns 3 and 4 we go. Green flag is back in the air. We are racing once again here at the Coliseum. Jacob Shoffett with another missile of a launch all the way up to the high side off of turns 1 and 2. Onto the backstretch we go. Jacob Shoffett in the 68 of Michael Loveless, still side by side down through turns 3 and 4. 00 getting a little bit of extra rotation and a better run off of the high side. 68 just has the speed on the straights out here tonight. Fixed setup series with the Gen 4 Cup here on Wednesday nights here with the Wild West Racing League. Back around through turns 3 and 4 past the restart zone. Whoa, the 00. Beautiful drift tap off of turn 4. But that has completely made him drop off from the 68 of Loveless as he clobbers the outside wall off of turn 2 and stuck up against it in the turns 3 and 4, trying to let everybody on by. Michael Loveless with another lucky break out here tonight, leading the way once again, 45 laps into this race of 120. Back around through turns 3 and 4. Ace Campbell bringing up the caution. Off of turn 2 into turns 3 and 4 we go. 00 just ahead. 728 losing it again off of the bottom of the racetrack. Pummeling it into the outside wall, cracking the front bumper, and then smacking the back bumper. Nope, managed to keep it off the wall. But definitely not a situation he wanted. Third caution of the night. Ace Campbell down in stone dead last at the moment out here tonight. Very unfortunate way for his night to be going here at the Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. This broadcast is brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios. This broadcast also brought to you in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stand for Wit Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran-owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse. Weekly events for PvE and PvP players, and different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, RAIDER PvE. This broadcast is also brought to you by... Nope, I already did those. Never mind, we're all good. That's all, folks. Pace cars' lights are off, ready to go racing once again out here tonight at the Coliseum. '68 of Loveless, 1 of Sykes, 4 of Coleman, 00 of Jacob Schaffet, 5 of Henderson, 77 of Kurowski, Ace Campbell in the 728 with a very loose front bumper. Mike Presley at the tail end of the field. Pace car. Back down pit road we go. Green flag, green flag, green flag is back in the air. We are racing just shy of halfway, 10 laps to halfway. 51 of 120 out here tonight at the Coliseum. Back through turns 1 and 2, 68. Leading the charge once again, 1 of Ty Sykes hot on his heels now. Got a car length between the two. 1 of Sykes getting some good rotation once again. Little loose again off of turn 4. 1 of Sykes. Everybody seemed to have a little bit of rear grip problems off of the exits of turns 2 and 4. For the most part, everyone seems to be good on the entry. The exit of the turns is where these cars are really starting to struggle out here tonight. 53 of 120. Back around the racetrack we go. Everybody trying to settle back in. 5 of Henderson will jump down to now, trying to unlap himself from the 4 of Coleman. 0 of Presley. 5.1 seconds behind the leaders out here tonight. Henderson doing his best to run down the 4, scraping off the wall into the entry of turns 3 and 4. Doing the best he can out here tonight. Onto the backstretch we go. Into turn 3 and 4 we go again. 4 of Coleman, still ahead of him. Ace Campbell up to 7th. Still with a very damaged front bumper. Loose on the straights. Down into turns 1 and 2 he goes out here tonight. Down in 7th, not great. Big time loose again off of turn 2. Not sure if that car is just not handling the way he wants it to anymore. Losing a lot of front end grip without that front splitter helping him out as much. That front bumper completely destroyed. 77 of Kurowski a little bit further back at the moment. 68 of Loveless with a 1 of Sykes just leaving turn 2 now. '68 still leading the way, coming to halfway in this race out here tonight at the Coliseum. Off of turn 2 we go. 68, 1, and the 00. Your top 3, Loveless, Sykes, and Schaffet. 4 of Coleman, 2.7 behind the leader. Mike Presley, 3.8, or 5.8, coming down to 6 seconds behind the leaders. 68 of Michael Loveless still leading the charge out here tonight. We'll jump over to Ty Sykes and onto Gyrocam. He's running down the 68 of Michael Loveless just ahead of him. Watching these cars bounce through the incredibly rough surface of Bristol Motor Speedway, running these engines up to damn near 10,000 RPM. Off of turn 4 we go, past the start-finish line again. Midline seems to have a better amount of speed at the moment. Just over halfway completed into this race. Loveless running away from him. Not sure what Michael Loveless is doing different from the entire rest of the field. But he is just running away with this race out here tonight. I believe he has led every lap. We have been green flagged 66 of 120, and he has led 62 of those 66 laps as he puts Brady Kurowski another lap down. Ace Campbell next in his sights, just off of turn 4, past the start-finish line, drifting completely over the start-finish line. 728 off of turn 2, down the backstretch he goes, doing the best he can in the Campbell 728 Classic Chicken Soup Chevrolet. 68 of 120, coming down towards 50 laps to go. Henderson a little bit further up the road in 6th, also down a lap. Mike Presley down 8.7 behind the leader. Brighton Coleman 4.3. Jacob Schaffet 2 seconds. One of Sykes, 1 1/3 behind, 1 1/4 behind, excuse me. And Michael Loveless leading the way out here tonight at the Coliseum in the 68 Meals on Wheels Water Wheel Foundation Chevrolet Monte Carlo. '68 still leading the way, 73 of 120. 3 cautions out here tonight so far. Ace Campbell down 2 laps, going down a lap to Brighton Coleman. Once again, Mike Presley a little bit further back, just exiting turn 2 now, running down the 77 of Brady Kurowski into Srogi's number 77 out here tonight. Again, very unfortunate night for a lot of good drivers out here tonight. Only the top 5, excuse me, still on the lead lap. Kurowski down 2, Campbell down 2, Henderson down 1. Henderson about a full lap behind. Well, I'm trying to figure out how to put it. He's already a lap down, and he's a full lap ahead-ish of Loveless. So Loveless has some work to do to go catch him, to put him 2 laps down. You know what I mean. 77 of 120, Michael Loveless making this race a little bit quiet out here tonight. '79 of 120, coming down towards 40 laps to go out here tonight at the Coliseum. '68 putting Mike Presley a lap down now. Very unfortunate for Presley, but still holding 5th, 82 of 120 out here tonight at the Coliseum. Michael Loveless doing a race of a lifetime at the moment. Running the hell out of that 68 car. Mike Presley in the WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast number 0. Doing the best he can just to keep up out here tonight. Nothing wrong with that. Just about 35 laps to go in a few laps' time. And if we can keep things clean and keep things caution-free, we should have a pretty good night out here tonight. We jump on over to Jacob Shopping in the 00. Haven't been on board with him in a little while. Under pressure from the 4 of Brighton Coleman. This is the battle for third. Coleman sneaking up the inside. Beautiful move, 00. Stuck on the high side once again, right up towards the marbles. Trying to keep it clean. Get that car off of the marbles, knowing the marbles on the high side are a death sentence out here tonight at the Coliseum. Back around through turns 3 and 4, past the start-finish line. 00 Puffy Swag Shop circles Creek. 00. Whoa! Big hit off the wall. Managed to save it once again. He's not going to keep getting that lucky, though, out here tonight at the Coliseum. Ace Campbell still in 7th at the moment. Both 3 laps down with Brady Karowski behind him. Time is running out for everybody out here tonight at the Coliseum. 00 of Jacob Shoppett through turns 3 and 4, past the start-finish line, down to 4th. Brighton Coleman now 10 seconds behind the leader, 11 seconds behind the leader. Michael Lovelace about to put the rest of the field a lap down. Ty Sykes 8 seconds behind. Michael Lovelace apparently had something to prove out here tonight, and he is doing so with a monstrous amount of force. Blowing the doors just off of God and everybody out here. 90 of 120 completed this time by, coming down to 30 laps to go. .29 to go. Michael Lovelace still leading the way. Just entering the front stretch now. Still running down Shoffett, Coleman, and Sykes. Sykes down 10 and a half, 10 and 3/4, down 11 seconds now. Coleman down 12. Shoffett down towards 15 seconds behind. The 68 of Michael Lovelace. Lovelace doing the race of a century out here tonight at the Coliseum. He has the opportunity to do something I believe we have only seen once or twice here in the Wild West Racing League, unless there is another caution or a green flag pit stop out here tonight at the Coliseum. 00 of Jacob Shoffett trying to get out of the way of the 68 of Michael Lovelace. Down the front stretch we go into turns 1 and 2. 25 laps to go for the 68. Borowski down 4, 00 going down a lap now. 3 cars left on the lead lap. Ty Sykes 2 seconds up on Lovelace, a lap down. Coleman 3 seconds up now. 68 of Lovelace in the Meals on Wheels Water Wheel Foundation Chevrolet Monte Carlo, doing the best he can to take dominant victory out here tonight. Running down the 5 of Henderson, about to put Dakota 2 laps down out here tonight. Henderson trying to keep away from the 68 as the 68 monsters on by. 5 of Henderson trying to prevent himself from going down any further. Just does not have the speed to do it. Michael Lovelace putting him 2 laps down out here tonight. Ty Sykes next in his sights, just ahead of him, about 3 or 4 car lengths ahead. Brighton Coleman not too much farther ahead either. One of Ty Sykes in 3rd at the moment, running all the way up to the high side, letting the 68 on by. 1 car left for Michael Lovelace to pass for the dominant victory out here tonight. 13 seconds behind Brighton Coleman in the number 4, holding on by a thread, just leaving off of turn 2 in the WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast. Can't even make out what that even is on his car. Jimmy. That's all I've got. Might be the Jimmy Fund? Maybe? I don't know. I have no idea. Coleman, though, is in clean air. He's still holding about 13.25 seconds behind. Four of Coleman doing the best he can. Kurowski down pit road this time. And leaving pit road. 17 laps to go, coming down to 16 to go this time by here at the Coliseum. $16 to go. Loveless not too far behind, just coming through turns 3 and 4 we go now. Back around and across the start-finish line. No, wait, is this? Yes, that was the start-finish line. My apologies. Senior moment. 15 laps to go here at the Coliseum off of turn 4. Back around into 1 and 2. 68 of Loveless, probably running every ounce of gas out of that car, doing the best he can to use everything the car has left. 13 to go. Kurowski starting to fall back now, Coleman, excuse me, starting to fall back now, 13.5 behind. Starting to lose what is left of that race car in the number 4. Back around through turns 1 and 2. Onto the backstretch we go. 14 seconds behind is Brighton Coleman. 68 of Michael Loveless. Doing the best he can to lap the entire field here at the last great Coliseum. What a dominant victory that would be if the 68 does not need to pit again out here tonight at the Coliseum. 7:28 getting breezed on by. Ace Campbell 5 laps down. Kurowski down 9. Presley down 2. Dakota Henderson down 2. Jacob Shoffett and Ty Sykes down 1. Back off of turn 2. Down the backstretch we go. 10 laps to go. Coleman down to 14 seconds behind, doing the best he can to run the hell out of it. Not much left to have in that number 4. 68 probably coasting through the turns as I can't even hear his engine anymore. 8 laps to go. Michael Loveless, 14 and a third, 14 and a half up on Brighton Coleman. 00 of Jacob Shoffett between the two. Coleman doing the best he can, 14 and a half for just a split second. Back around into turns 1 and 2. 7 laps to go. Will Michael Loveless be able to keep up and take total dominant victory out here at the Coliseum? What a race this has been with 6 laps to go. Winding down to 15 seconds behind the leader. Loveless in his mirrors. Running him down with 5 laps to go. Coleman, 14 3/4 behind. Down to 14.8. 14.9 for just a second there. 68 might be running out of steam out here tonight. He might not be able to get the dominant win out here tonight, but he certainly had one hell of a job doing it. 14.9 for just a second there with 3 laps to go. Anything at this point will be overtime here at the Coliseum. Down the backstretch we go. Through turns 3 and 4. 77 trying to stay out of the way. 4 of Coleman in his sights. 2 laps to go for Michael Loveless. Will he be able to get around Brighton Coleman? Off of turn 2, 0 of Mike Presley in the way. Michael Loveless in the 68 with the 4 in front. 1 of Ty Sykes also in the way. White flag is out, coming back no matter what. 1 of Ty Sykes mirror driving the 68 through turns 1 and 2 we go. 68 all over the bumper of the 4. Will he be able to do the masterclass win out here tonight? I'm not sure he'll be able to, but he had one hell of an attempt doing it. Brighton Coleman hangs on by a thread as Michael Loveless wins out here tonight at the Coliseum. Brighton Coleman in second, 16 seconds behind the leader. Ty Sykes, Jacob Shoffett, Dakota Henderson all down 2. Mike Presley down 3, Ace Campbell down 5, Karowski down 9. What a win for Michael Lovelace out here tonight at the Coliseum. Let's get him in here.
I'm out of gas.
Michael Lovelace, congratulations on a win as you dump the last of the gas out of that number 68. What a way to win.
Oh, thank you. I was playing a big game of keeps there. You know, keep away from the wall, keep away from others, keep away from doing something stupid. That was good stuff.
That was one hell of a run out here tonight here at Bristol Motor Speedway, the last great Coliseum. Obviously, we'd be watching you burn it down at the moment, but very clearly, unfortunately, you ran out of gas, so we won't be seeing the celebratory donuts out here tonight at the Coliseum. But talk us through that masterclass race.
Like I said, I was just playing a big game of keep away from everything, and it just worked out in my favor. I was at the end there. I was trying to get Brighton, but just ran out a little bit of time. But it was still fun. The tires were definitely cold and loose at the start, and that got some people. And glad to sit here at the podium at the end.
Well, congratulations. You lapped everybody but Brighton Coleman right at the end of the race. That was a hell of a result for you out here tonight here at the Coliseum. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
Thank you to Meals on Wheels, Water Wheel Foundation. Please go out there, support them financially or with your time. And thank you for being up here in the booth. And thank you to my teammates. And thank you to anybody out there watching.
Appreciate you very much. Thanks for joining us once again, and congratulations.
Thank you.
There we go. Let's get Brighton Coleman in here. Brighton Coleman, this is Pat Wilkinson up the booth. You got me.
I stole it.
I got that.
Brighton, one hell of a result out here tonight, despite Michael Lovelace's absolute dominance out here tonight. 16 seconds behind the leader in second place. One hell of a finish out here tonight at the Coliseum.
On the lead lap.
On the lead lap, yes.
That was my entire goal. I knew I had no chance of beating Lovelace, but come to the end there, it was really fun to try to hold him off. I don't exactly remember what lap it was, but that lap where I got real loose, I feel like I got some apologies to make because it was just cars in the mirror. Hopefully I didn't screw nothing.
Sometimes it does just tend to happen. But hey, congratulations once again out here tonight for a P2 out here at the Coliseum. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Wish Tanner was here. Shout out WYO Custom Outlaw Diecasts. I got one sitting on the desk in front of me. It's an absolute beaut. More people, please show up. These are such fun, wonderful cars to drive with such a fun, wonderful group of people. It's honestly a blast. Come on in.
Couldn't have put it better myself. Thanks for joining us once again, and congratulations on the P2. Let's get Ty Sykes in here. We'll call it a night. Ty Sykes, this is Pat Wilkinson up in the booth. You got me.
Hey, Pat. How's it going? I got you.
Ty, that was one heck of a race for you and everybody else out here tonight. Finishing in third, unfortunately 2 laps down. One hell of a result for you regardless. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Yeah, I didn't have enough practice time tonight. I jumped in really late and didn't know how the tires were going to behave and just drove the right front clear off of it. And then Michael smoked me 2 laps down. That's the end of that story. But that's how it goes.
One hell of a result for you in P3 out here tonight at the Coliseum. Is there anything else you'd like to add before we sign off?
Once again, I appreciate you doing the broadcast and all the Wild West guys. We've been having some pretty clean races lately, and getting the green flags in has been much appreciated. So, and I'm sure you appreciate it as well. Get in, get out, and go home.
Thank you once again for joining us up in the booth. Congratulations on the P3. Hope to talk to you next time.
All right, appreciate it. Talk to you soon.
You as well, thank you. Well, folks, you have yet again managed to spend another perfectly good hour with all of us here at Tier 1 Studios. We thank you all for joining us tonight. We hope you've enjoyed. This broadcast was brought to you in part by WIO Outlaw Custom Diecast, the Stanford Witt Foundation, Redline Radio, and Raiders Wasteland, the premier DayZ experience on Xbox, veteran-owned and operated. Raiders Wasteland offering something for every gamer looking to survive the zombie apocalypse weekly events for PvE and PvP players, and different maps for all to enjoy. Join the Discord today at Raider PvE, Raider PvE. This broadcast is also brought to you in part by Rock Bottom Racing, Tier 1 Wraps, Tier 1 Setup Shops, and Tier 1 Studios here on YouTube. My name's Pat Wilkinson, up the booth. This has been the Wild West Racing League Gen 4 Cup Series here at the Coliseum, Bristol Motor Speedway. And until next time, goodbye, farewell, and amen.
Yeah. Fired up. This one's for the drivers. Out in the shop, late night lights, grease on our hands, chasing lap times, every turn, every line we find. Trying to build that edge you feel when you drive. From the blacktop tracks to the dirt out back, we've been putting in work, yeah, we live like that. Not just fast for a lap, we make it last. So when it counts, you're gone on the gas. We don't guess, we know what it takes. Every setup built from the ground, we break. If you want that feel when the car locks in, you're in the right place. Let's go win. Yeah, we built one. Yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, with a reason you're leading Tier 1. Set up shop, Tier 1. Take it straight to the front. League nights, open runs, we're the ones you want. Dialed in speed, yeah, we don't miss shots. If you wanna win races, Tier 1, set up shop. Got weekly sets ready, ready to roll. Quality trim sharp, race pace control. Builders in the lab, yeah, they stay on it. Every tweak, every change, we gain on it. Need a custom fit, yeah, we do that too. Built to match your style, what you like to do. And it ain't just speed, it's a team right here. We ride together every lap, every gear, yeah, we test, we tune, we put in the miles. Turn bad weeks into victory smiles. From rookies to pros, we're all about growth. Now fire that motor, let's get to the front. Yeah, we built for the win, yeah, we built for the win. Hammer down, let it ride, do it all again. From the green flag flying to the checkered drop, with a reason you're leading Tier 1. Set up shop, Tier 1. Yeah, you know the name. When the pressure's on, we bring the game. From the shop to the track, yeah, we don't stop. If you wanna win races, Tier 1, set up shop. See you in Victory Lane. Tier 1, set up shop. Tier 1.